Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiana White, also known as Realtor Ty. So guys, it's not my first YouTube channel, but it's going to be my first of many in this series. So if you look in the past, you'll see a video when I first got in real estate. I had this idea that I was going to take y'all on a journey from the beginning, but yeah, that didn't happen. Then I created another video just explaining how to become a real estate professional because I got that question a lot. So when I started getting that question, I said, let me just create a YouTube video. And then when people ask me, I just send them the YouTube video. But it was never to say, okay, people, visit my YouTube channel. I'm teaching these things. But now, guys, I am going to be coming back on again and again and again, just teaching things all mompreneur related to real estate professionals. So I'm super excited about this YouTube channel. You're going to be seeing my family, some just in the day of Ty White and everything. So I felt like it was super important for you guys to know a little bit about me before you just start invading my life. So this video is just telling a little bit about my background. Okay, so if you are a real estate professional, if you are a mom and you're trying to figure out how do I balance this world to be successful in my all-around life, this channel is for you. Okay, so now that I got that thumbnail off the way, I don't even know if I'm gonna put something in between that, but I look at YouTube videos and I see people do that, so let me just throw that in there. Oh, also, let me throw this in there because I also seen this. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, click that bell below and subscribe to my channel so that you can know when I post a video, because I am going to attempt as best as possible to keep this YouTube video interesting. All right, now back about me, because this video is going to be about who is Ty White, right? Who am I? Listen, I am just a country girl from Sumter, South Carolina, born in Germany, South Carolina, because can't really call myself a military brat because my mom and my dad kind of got divorced when I was a baby. So, but I was on the road to be. So I was born in Germany as a military child, then moved eventually to South Carolina and lived my life in South Carolina ever since. And I said eventually because I lived in New York a little bit of time, but I was a baby, don't remember none of that. So yeah. All right, so I'm going to skip all of that and just tell you guys how I started real estate, because that's why you're here, right? Why did I start real estate? I wanted to start here, guys, because I'm always interested to know, why did somebody start real estate? Like, why real estate for you? For me, guys, I really don't know what struck the interest of me becoming a real estate professional, but I do know why I actually pursued the thing, right? So before real estate, I was a therapist. I was a mental health therapist, and I loved what I did, right? I loved making a difference in people's lives. I love seeing people transition, and I love seeing people outcomes from their goals and their dreams that we started off with. Loved it. But being a mental health therapist wouldn't allow me to change my family's lives, my lives, even though I was changing the lives of individuals. I wanted it all. I was limited to just other people, right? And I say that because in the field, it was a cap. Like, it was a cap on what you made. You made $50,000. That was amazing in the field that I worked in. Well, with real estate, 6 figures is amazing of what you do in real estate. And it goes on more and more and more. Like, you can literally, is no limit to real estate. Whatever you want to do in real estate, there's no limit to it. So as a real estate professional, we're actually the bottom of the pole when it comes to real estate. You can flip, you can being a landlord. You only make money off that if it's multiple though. So if y'all real estate professionals, so y'all know that, right? And there's development and all these other things that you can do in real estate that really is top dollar. We gonna get there. Y'all gonna be seeing my experience from here on out, right? Of how I go up, because being a realtor is not my end goal, right? It is very, very lucrative, and I love what I do, and it gives me my time back, and it's very flexible, and I still get to that fulfillment of changing people's lives. So this is the perfect job for me, guys. It's not a job for me. It's not a job to me, but I'm going to say job because everybody looks at it as a job. And I say job because I'm talking about people that's still working. I'm an entrepreneur. So when I was thinking, I need to do something more. I knew I was excellent at helping people. I loved being a therapist, but it was always something missing, right? Something missing. When real estate was introduced to me, I fell in love with real estate after I purchased my first home. The interest didn't strike then because I actually was supposed to go to real estate school before I purchased my house. But God didn't see that was a good timing for me. So I did not. I signed up for the course. I paid for the course, and I was soon to start. But God said, no, my child, not right now, right? That was when I was a single mom with my baby. I just graduated with my master's, and then I went to sign up. But God said, not right now. So I was obedient, and I did not start real estate. That's a whole nother story of what I actually did. I'm not trying to make this video super, super long, so just keep following my journey, and then we'll get to that portion. I want to skip along to being a single mom. It was rough, right? Really rough. So all of you single moms know, I became a mom. I had Kenya. Kenya's my oldest, she's 10. I had Kenya graduation day in my undergrad. Yeah, I was in the bed while everybody else was walking across the stage. Yeah, and I was on Facebook like, yeah, congratulations to us. Push that baby out and was like, congratulations to us. So after having Kenya, I was pushed out. Like, you got to go in this workforce. You got to take care of this baby. You got to do what you got to do to survive. So with that being said, I did not want to go back home. Like, I've already been on my own for 4 years, being undergrad. I lived on campus. And I did not want to, I'm from Sumter, South Carolina. I went to school in Columbia, South Carolina. That's why I'm still here in Columbia. I just did not want to go back, right? So I could have easily goes back and live with my mom. My mom was like, come live with me. She wanted me to live with her. She wanted her first grandchild to be in her home. But I'm like, no. At this point, I'm independent. I can't do it. Got my own place, my own apartment. I actually got my apartment before Kenya was born. When I was a senior in college, I went ahead and got my apartment. And I was preparing my place for when my child was born. I'm already settled, right? So I graduated and everything. I moved to another location because y'all, living in an apartment, they go up on your rent every single year. That wasn't good for me. Like, I ain't had all that money to keep rising. So I moved literally every year. When my lease is up, I moved to another location so that I could have stayed in my price range. It was just me and my mom. Like, at this time, y'all, before I got married, I was single for 5 years. Before that, y'all, I haven't been single for a day. Like, I would literally get out of a relationship and jump into another one. That's just how my life worked. I was not meant to live that single life. Like, I had to have somebody, but then I get bored with them quick, on to the next. It wasn't literally a day. I would be friends with somebody for 2 weeks before I start dating them, right? But it was always quick. I ain't even gonna lie. But I went through a phase in my life where I'm like, you know what? This is enough. I'm tired of dating. And it changed because I actually had a child, y'all. You just can't be dating. You can't have people around your kids and all kind of stuff like that. That was my mindset. So at this point, I had to be intentional about who I'm dating. So I went through this 5 year, and that was pretty much like my time of really discovering who God is. And that's why I say God was like, my child, it is not time for you yet. It's a lot of things that you have to discover about yourself. And it's a lot of things in your shift. Like now you're a new mom, you're out in this new world. At this time, I had to get on government assistance. Government assistance. I had ABC vouchers so that my child can go to daycare. I had food stamps, and I'm in school full time to get my master's. So I'm literally in class all day. And mind you, I'm taking the advanced standing program. So I did not go to graduate school for 2 years. I did this in a year because I had the grades and everything the year before. So before I got pregnant, I was accepted to this program. So when I had Kenya, it was in May, and I was supposed to start in 2012 in June. But of course, that was too soon for me to go to school after having my new baby. So I sat out a year. So technically, it still put me on mark because most people go to graduate school for 2 years, right? I wait for 1 year. So that kind of still put me on the average mark of graduate from undergrad, doing graduate, then going into the workforce. So of course, in graduate, y'all, we have to do internship. So I had an internship that did not pay. And I had this baby that needs to have support, right? So that's why I had to go get government assistance. And I'm not ashamed, and I wasn't ashamed then, because that is what programs are for, to help you get on your feet, but it's not to live off on. So it was never my purpose to stay on it forever. I knew what I had to do at the time, right? I took out extra money when I was in master's to be able to pay for my apartment. And I would pay my apartment up for 6 months in advance, so that is something that I did not have to worry about. Me and my child will always have a roof over our heads. Still paying for it now, though. Paying for those loans. Still paying for it now, though. But it was all worth it, being able to do what I had to do for my child and to be successful. So as a single mom, I had to get it out the mud, right? Then I finally, I stopped looking, y'all. At this time, at 5 years of me being single, I was dating people, getting to know them, but wasn't taking anybody serious, right? Then my husband came along, and I met him at a party, a mutual friend's party. Well, my friend and his friend, we had the same friends, and my husband had just moved to South Carolina, y'all, just moved to South Carolina. So we met at this party, but we didn't really talk to each other at the party. Everybody was talking together. And 2 weeks later, he jumped in because we all exchanged Snap. This is when I was on Snap. I'm not really on Snap like that anymore, but we all exchanged Snapchats to, as a group, everybody that was in the room. So 2 weeks after that, he messaged me, and I'm like, who this is? Who this man? It was different. And I'm going to go more in depth in this story at a later time, but it was different because when he wrote me after, we discovered who each other, after I discovered who he was, and everything was going back and forth, he asked me on a date. And what was different about him asking me on a date, he actually asked, can I take you and your daughter out for ice cream? It was weird, but different at the same time, because nobody ever asked that. So I'm like, my daughter don't meet people. I don't be taking my daughter around people. At this time, guys, my actual friendships shift. I used to hang out with guys at this point. No sexual contact or any of that. Strictly, genuinely good friends. I used to hang out with guys all the time. And it used to be all of us in the same crew. And they used to come to my house by individually. They used to come to my house and chill. I used to go to their house and chill. I was shifting. My whole mindset was shifting. This is the time I was celibate, so I wasn't having sexual contacts with anybody. And, just getting to know males on a personal level, because I never had male friends. Because remember, I was always in relationships. So being in a relationship, for me, that's disrespectful, trying to have all these type of male friends and stuff like that, because lines get, I didn't want my person to feel any type of way or thinking or becoming insecure or giving them a reason to. So my friendships were always with females, right? So this was also new for me. I'm having male friends and just genuinely hanging out with them, getting to know males on another type of level, right? So I'm like, okay. At this point, I wasn't trying to get serious with him. This is another person that I met at my homeboy's home. So at this point, I'm thinking this is about to be another homeboy, right? But he asked me, this one we was just texting back and forth, but when he asked me on a date, I'm like, oh, he liked me. Like, this ain't no what's up. This is, I'm trying to get to know her. So I'm like, I like ice cream. So what I'll do is I'll go on the ice cream date with him on a Wednesday, right before Bible study. So I have an excuse not to be there long, right? I didn't tell Kenya that I was going on a date. I was just like, all right, Kenya, let's go get some ice cream before church. So I pulled up, oh, hey, like I didn't know we was meeting him. So Kenya wouldn't think we're on a date with nobody. She would just think, okay, we just having ice cream with mom's friend, right? So we go in the ice cream place and it was cool. Like, it was real cool. Like, Kenya was vibing with him and I was vibing with him. And at this point, my husband had dreads. His dreads was like down here. So he had on a hat, and Kenya being Kenya snatches his hat off his head. Baby, that man didn't have his hair retied in the year, look like. I see why he had a hat on his head, because that head needed to be done, okay? And it was just funny. It was like, ooh, and Kenya thought it was hilarious, and she started laughing. We all started laughing. We were just vibing. It was good. And I was like, okay, well, I gotta go to church. Y'all, to this very day, me and my husband do not, like, it's for both of us. It's like a blur in between time. We just remember that date until hanging out with each other every single day. Seen this man every single day. It was me, him, and Kenya from the very beginning. And why I don't recommend people just take their kids on a date, on their first date, that's how it happened for us. So Kenya genuinely fell in love with him as not mommy's boyfriend, like we all cool, we all chilling, like, you know, we all having a good time until she started falling in love with him as a, you know. So she actually, went after we got engaged, she like threw out the word calling him dad before we was even married. And we just looked at each other and was like, and we ain't correct her because we about to get married, you know. And then ever since then, she was calling him dad. And that's why I fell in love with him, because the relationship that he built with Kenya, not really the relationship he built with me. Like, me seeing him around my child and how he interacted with her and how he took the time in her really, really got my heart. And it's crazy because after a while, I realized that's exactly what I was praying for. Remember, this is the time where I was really getting close with God, figuring out who God was for me. I've always known God. I was raised in the church, right? But I don't feel like I've never had a relationship with God until that year. So when I met my husband, my mindset has been shifting from, because I was raised in a single parent home, just me and my mom and my brother. So I've always had that mindset, really, I don't need a man. Like, my mom raised me on her own, perfect. Like, she didn't miss a beat. I loved my life. I don't see the reason of having a man. Like, that was my mindset. But as I started getting closer to God, and I attended Word of God Church on Broad River in Columbia, South Carolina, and I started learning about what a relationship of a husband and wife is supposed to look like. Then I started hanging out with married couples. Never hung out with married couples before. Started hanging out with married couples, and then my mind started shifting and realizing the purpose of a union. So as God is molding me and preparing me to be a wife in that 5 years of singleness, and the 5 years of getting to know myself with no distractions, meaning no real estate, no entrepreneur, like adventures, no nothing, no man, no, just me, God, and Kenya. me trying to figure out who I am in this world all molded me into who I am today. So, going back to being married. So, single mom, turning to dating, turning to engagement in a year. My husband proposed to me a year of knowing each other. And I think it happened. It was kind of like we dated for 6 months. He asked me to be his girlfriend. Then we were boyfriend, girlfriend for 6 months. Then he asked me to be his wife. And then in 6 months, we got married. So it happened really fast. But when you're in Christ, when you're dating in Christ, and all you do is talk and get to know each other, and then no sexual thing is interacting with the process of getting to know each other, it's a deeper bond that you have with somebody. And what I like, for me, I'm like, I would have been like, that's too fast to get married. A year and 6 months, you don't even know this person. But look at us, we still rocking. We still in the honeymoon phase. We on our 5th year of marriage right now. And I still like love this man to the moon, like floating in the beginning, in the beginning stage. And now we have 3 kids and a little puppy. That's our fur baby. And our like, we're rocking, y'all. So it's like when you live in your purpose, God just, it flows with God, really. All right, so yeah, was a single mom, a struggling single mom, but we'll get into details later. I just want to kind of give you guys a flow today. Struggling single mama, started dating, then the real estate thing came back up after my husband and I got married. So we had our money. Our money is our first biological child together. But he looks at Kenya not like a stepdaughter. That's his child, okay? We had our money on our honeymoon day, girl, y'all. She is a honeymoon baby, okay? So 9 months later, I'm like, could you give me a year? Could you have given me a year? So when I was pregnant, I'm like, real estate really started coming top of mind. I really want to pursue real estate now. I feel like we're in a good place in our life where I need to start, you know? So I went ahead and I got in the course. I actually went through the course and I passed the test in June of 2018, just before I had Armani. So I had Armani in August. So I waited a little bit until January when I actually signed with a brokerage and started pursuing my career in real estate. In real estate, y'all, it was dear heart in the beginning. Like I said, I signed in a company in January. I probably put on Facebook for the first time 2 weeks after, like mid-January, that I was a real estate professional, and I closed my first house in February, like the beginning of February. And after that, y'all, real estate was just, it went off of me. And that's because I was actually promoting what I was doing while I was doing it. So for all of you secret agents, stop being secret. Stop being a side chick or a side man. Go ahead and tell the world what you do. The only way people will work with you, or not for you, but with you, if they know that you're working. Nobody want to work with anybody that's not working. So first you need to make the announcement that you are a real estate agent, and you need to be top of mind at all times. You need to be recording when you're doing stuff. When you're out on the showings, you need to be recording it. When you're doing this, social proof is everything. We'll talk about that in another video, but just wanted to put that out. Me posting in January that I was a real estate professional. And I'm going to tell you guys later who was my first client, how I got my first client, and how that process went. It was amazing. Another video. Y'all got to stay with me. The good stuff coming later. But yeah, so then I became a mompreneur. So I was a part-time agent at first. Can't really be a part-time agent. My job actually at the time, before I ended being a therapist at 180 Place. Amazing agency. We assisted veterans get on their feet by providing therapy, housing, job opportunities, the works. So literally it's the best program ever. So veterans came to us that were homeless because they didn't have the resources. So we provided those resources to them. The company paid their rent for a year. We helped them with job interviews, getting the skills, actually reaching out to jobs, because we partnered with other people. Got them the job, made sure that they were set for that, provided the therapy for them to make sure that they were set to them. We got them Social Security, like the works, y'all. That job was actually flexible and allowed me to do both, because when I was searching for homes for my clients, rental properties, it was easy for me to search for homes for my clients, right? Because it's the same thing, same website, whatever. But we had our device, so it actually helped me in my job at 180 Place too, because now I have a device or a system where I can look up rental properties quicker, right? Because now I have access to everything in the housing industry, pretty much. So I was killing it in both. Like, I was housing so many homeless veterans, and I was housing so many veterans because my first year, y'all, I found out quick that my niche and my niche was the VA, was the military. That's who I attract, military clients. And probably a lot came with, but I never, because two different populations. So I never got a client from being at the job that I was in because they were homeless and they didn't know people like that were. So that had nothing to do with each other for VA or veterans, because I never got a client from my old job, but it was always my niche and niche. My heart was always for veterans. My dad was in the military, my brother's in the military, like my husband's dad, military. Military is just around me, right? Then I'm in Columbia, South Carolina, so Fort Jackson's right there, Shaw Air Force Base is right there. So that's just was my niche from the beginning. And I housed about 15 clients my first year. That was VA. So it was really good for me. So I'll tell you guys how you actually market your niche and niche in a later video. We'll talk about lead generations and stuff later. But yeah, so that jumped off, and then you know how people just tell you all the time, you need to go full time in real estate. And I wanted to. I'm like, baby, I think I should go ahead and quit this job and go full time. And my husband's like, so my husband and I are completely opposite. I am very spontaneous and would just do stuff, like jump out. I take risks. My husband, he's the overthinker. He's like, let's bring it back. Let's talk about this. Let's have a plan. Let's do this. So we kind of like balance each other out. It used to make me mad at first. I'm like, but I want to do this. Never had to really, worry about other people's opinions. Like, I just move how I want to move. But that changes after you get married, right? You kind of gotta listen to what they gotta say too. So, but it balanced us out. I'm so glad that he kind of slowed me down and gave me that time to work both my full year in real estate, because we still needed that income too to come in. Because we both, like, we went through a lot of shift and a lot of changes, like with my husband changing jobs, with us having babies, because again, after Armani, I got pregnant again. But that one, I told my husband, like, if you want another baby, we got to have them back to back, because I'm trying to get my body back. Like, because who trying to be pregnant all the time? I was praying and hoping that God would give me twins when I had Armani, because I didn't want to be pregnant again. I'm just not that girl that always like to be pregnant like y'all. Like, some people like, I love being pregnant. That wasn't me. I did not like the pregnancy process. Okay, I didn't care about the compliments. Your stomach is cute. Oh, I didn't care about the you glowing. Like, take this baby out of me. Like, if somebody else could carry these kids, do that. Like, my babies did me wrong. Like, all of them, I had morning sickness, especially Armani. I think I was sick with Armani, had to be like 6 months, like throwing up the entire time. She did me the worst out of all my kids. Like, she was bad. Kenya, I was young. I had Kenya at 22. So I had morning sickness, but it was the regular morning sickness, and then it was done. Kenya was very easy. Like, pregnancy, I was young. Now I'm older. It just, y'all, the older you get, it do get difficult to have these kids. That's how I feel. Like, the whole pregnancy part to get in, because Kenya was like, these babies killed me. I was like, get out of me now, today. I evicted both of them Kenny actually came on her own. Armani and TJ, induce me, please. This the date. They gotta go. They hit what type of week? When can I have them? Take them. I did not allow them to come on their own. I'm sorry to them babies. I ain't doing it. No. So yeah, then I became another mom. So I had Armani in August 2018, became a real estate professional in January 2019. Then TJ was born June 2020. So all of my real estate career, I was pregnant. So, and I always, because I had amazing years since I became a real estate professional. Just like, if I wasn't pregnant, what was these numbers look like, you know? Listen, the numbers would have been numbering. The money would have been money. Like, all of that. All of those things. But I would not take nothing back. I love being a mom while being a real estate professional. They just match to me. They just go, yeah. So that is being an entrepreneur, y'all. I'm going to leave it there because, again, I'm going to be telling y'all these stories as we going on with all of these, these things that I'm going to be teaching. Now, how mompreneurs take charge came, because I just told you guys how real estate came about. So I didn't even do my whole introduction for y'all. Let me start over. I am Tiana White, also known as Realtor Ty. I am a mompreneur's real estate guru. I just gave myself the guru. Oh. I am a multi-million-dollar producing real estate agent in South Carolina and North Carolina. I am also the CEO of Mompreneurs Take Charge. How do Mompreneurs Take Charge come about? Y'all, because I kept getting questions about how do you do it? How are you doing all of these things? Like, how are you a mom? How are you a wife? How are you a successful business owner? And in the beginning, I used to laugh when people asked me, they're like, how you doing all that? They're like, no, seriously. How you doing all this? I'm like, oh, y'all serious? I just do it. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's a hard question to just answer on the spot. Like, how you doing all this? I just do it. So, y'all, when I kept getting these questions over and over and over again, I said, okay, I really need to think about this. Sit down, do my SOPs, and think about how am I doing all these? It's a need. Like, I'm getting these questions over and over. In the beginning, I used to mentor people for free because y'all remember, I'm genuinely a helping person. Genuinely don't want anything from anybody. I think everybody should help everybody without the intentions of receiving anything. I was in a helping field all of my life. Remember, I was a therapist before this, so my passion is helping people. Genuinely, like, I'm not about money. I believe firmly that money will come to you. You do what you love, you do what you do, and money gonna come. It's gonna come. You don't have to chase money. I always believe that the money is going to flow. God is going to supply all needs. So my needs always have been met. Okay, so what if he feels that I should be having money, then I'm going to enjoy the money that he provides to me. If it does not, that's okay too. As long as my needs being met, and that's his promise to me, right? So I don't have to worry about that. So I used to mentor a lot. I used to take a whole lot of lunches. I used to take a whole lot of mentorship. It started becoming a lot because it was taken away from my clients, because I'm still a real estate professional. I still am a top seller. I still have to give my time to the people that actually is paying me, right? So that's when I had to start charging. And I'm glad that I did start charging, because now I'm weeding out who's serious about real estate and who's not. Who's just there just to get from me, just to take from me, but not provide me anything either. So now I feel like it's a give and take. Now I'm not getting overwhelmed. Now I'm actually loving and not feeling, okay, so I do in real estate. Now, if I do take my hour out for you, or if I do take my time out from you, I'm getting something being returned. So no, I'm giving it like, girl, take it. Get this information. And I don't hold nothing back. Like, when you get on the phone with me, girl, you're going to feel like, I'm like that with my clients. Like, my clients feel like real estate professionals by the time we end the transaction, because I just like to teach. I just love to teach the process and stuff that's going on. So I started charging and then taking this business seriously. I'm like, okay, so people are really, this is really a need. So let me take my time, stop, and just start gathering how I do this and put it on paper. And I was like, this is good. And that's when I realized I do a lot. I do a whole lot. I didn't even notice that I do so much because I'm just constantly moving and constantly doing it. Whenever I see something has a need, I just feel in the need, right? And just moving. So that's how mompreneurs were birthed. Just so many people asking me how I do it, and then wanting the mentorship and wanting the coaching. I'm like, you know what? I feel obligated to be able to, because I don't, y'all, somebody ask me a question, I'm going to have an answer for you. That's just how I am. If I don't have it now, I'm going to have it later. Hold on, let me call you back. Got it. Okay? That's just me. So, mompreneurs take charges to motivate, to educate individuals that are moms and that's trying to get a business. Eventually, I'm going to do all entrepreneurship, all entrepreneurs and non-entrepreneurs. Now, you're going to learn. If you look at these videos, you're going to learn something from any of this anyways. My niche or niche. Just like in real estate, my niche and niche is military. But all of my clients ain't military. Like, I have first time, I have second time buyers, I have divorcees, I have all of that. But I only market, not only, but I market more to military people to bring them in. But I help everybody. The same thing with mompreneurs. I would help real estate agents that do not have kids. I would help entrepreneurs that are not in real estate. But my niche or my niche is moms in real estate, only because I have the systems and processes and everything. That's what I do every day, right? So I came up with these 4 core things that I teach. Okay. So I start with time management, because y'all, that's how I do it. You got the time. Like, I don't believe in balance. First of all, it's always going to be something rocking. It's either at this hour, are you spending more time with your kids than work? And this hour, you're going to spend more time working than kids. Sometimes them kids going to have to wait. Sometimes work is going to have to wait. So that time management piece gets you in order to be able to do it all. Then we move to mindset. You remember when I told you guys earlier how God was shifting my mind already to prepare me to be a wife? Well, that's what He's doing for your business too. He's taking time to prepare you, to mold you, to rewire your brain, to be able to be ready to get whatever coming to you. You got to be prepared for that, because it's negativity and positivity about to come your way. So you got to be ready for the war. And that war can be good and that war can be bad. So mindset is everything. Remember, I was a mental health therapist. So the mindset is a big piece for me, because I know it can bring you peace, right? So to get that balance, I'm quoting it because I told y'all I don't believe in balance. To get that balance, air quoting it, you need time management. You need that mindset piece. You need tools and systems. No entrepreneur should be working without tools and systems. That's a no. If you're not using tools and systems, your life is way harder than it has to be. You got to get the proper tools and systems in place. When I say proper, you can't be running after every shiny object. You got to get those things that really work for you. So for real estate, I teach you and show you what tools are essential in your business, which ones is a must-have that you need, and then I'll show you the ones that are the ones that you want to make your life easier. So we'll be talking about tools and systems, and then we'll be talking about social media, because y'all, I don't care if you don't like social media or not. One day, you gotta do it. I hate it, and hate is a strong word, right? Hated social media. Straight face. I ain't like it. I ain't even stroll on social media and look at other people's stuff. I'll post a little kids. I'll post me sometimes so that my family can keep up with me and my friends can keep up with me. But that was it. I get on there, stroll a little bit to keep up with my friends and family. I'll post a little bit. That's it. Well, remember when I told you how I got my first client? Social media. Social media is how I got my first client. Social media is how you're going to get most of your clients. Even if they find you off of another platform or another way, majority of the time, they're going to go research you on social media. I've had so many of my clients tell me they found me some other type of way, if it was referral or whatever, but they went to look me up on social media and look at my reviews. You can find me on Google, and I got 5 stars, baby. 5-star reviews. You go to my social media, it's there. But you know what they're looking for? If you actually doing work. People only want to work with people that's doing work. And the only way that you can show that you're doing work is showing your work. So y'all got to remember that, because the person, and y'all be wondering why your family work with somebody else, because they see that person. That person is staying top of mind. So when they're thinking about buying a house, they're going to think about the person that's showing. The person that just showed up on their feeds. When one of their friends say they want to buy a house, they're thinking about that person that just showed up on their feed that morning. Like, oh yeah, Ty just put an update talking about the market. Let me go ahead and send you her information so that you can contact her. Then you want like, dang, Auntie, remember I sell real estate too. No, they don't remember you. You only sold 2 houses last year. You only showed on social media the closing. That's it. You ain't staying top of mind. So what I teach you is how you actually convert leads into clients on social media and what that looked like, right? And what makes it easier, because y'all, social media is hard. I'm gonna say that right now. The algorithm changes way too much. It gets on my nerves to just want to punch Instagram one good time. That's why I'm coming over to YouTube. I'm still be using both, but it's a lot of platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Twitter. Like, it's a lot, right? So what I teach in social media, how to come up with your niche and niche, how you target your audience, how you get the information that you want to target them. Because a lot of people don't know what to talk about. Like, what I'm going to go on social media to talk about, I don't know. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to show you how you get the topics. And it's easy. You're like, wait, that's it. Yes, that's it. The hardest part is just showing up. But it takes practice. So we're going to go over social media, how you get the content, how you convert, how you attract, and how you sell. So those are the 4 things that I feel that made me successful. Also, when I teach for individual needs. So everybody's success is different. So we're going to talk about your goals and what success looks like for you and how I can best assist you with that. So how I'm doing it now, and I keep changing it. So I was doing courses, but now I'm doing one-on-ones. And so I have pre-recorded content or courses that I've already taught. So you're going to get the pre-recorded, and then you're going to come on and talk to me for an hour, and then we're going to talk, you're going to have homework and all of that good stuff, because implementation is key, y'all. I done been to so many trainings where they just throw all this information at you, but you're not implementing everything. In your mind, you have 72 hours to do what you learn, or it's going to push it back of your mind, because your mind's going to feel like that wasn't important if you didn't do it. So I want to make sure the things that I teach you, you implement right then. So you're going to get the pre-recording first. After you look at the pre-recording, we're going to get on the phone. We're going to review what the pre-recording, the things that you did before you got on the phone with me. Then we're going to go on what you feel like you need. So you're going to have complete access to me for 4 weeks, y'all. And if you know anything about me, listen, you're going to get your money worth in a day, because like I say, I am an open book. I just spit things out. So, and it's for new agents that have been in for 20 years. For newer agents, you don't really know what you need. Because I used to always hate that question, like, what do you need? I don't know what I need. What do I need? So for new agents, if you don't know what you need, I'm just going to tell you what helped me, what I see helping other people, and what I don't see. What I see that's not helping, what you should not do, what to avoid, and all of that stuff. If you've been in for 20 years, I'm going to be teaching you the new tricks, like social media, or the systems and processes has changed, and other stuff like that. Because I've talked to so many people, veterans in this, and we're like, wait a minute, I've never even heard of these things. I'm like, yeah, it's real. But I keep up with current data and everything. So I'm gonna teach you guys, I'm gonna show you guys what apps I use to keep up with it, how I research the market. I mean, it all, like the whole nine. This 4 years is gonna feel like a year. I mean, these 4 years, these 4 weeks is gonna feel like a year, really. But I'm so proud of Mompreneurs Take Charge, y'all. This is gonna be so big. I definitely want it to be international. That's why my name is not on it. Mompreneurs Take Charge. That is broad. Like, I want to be the one teaching in Columbia, and somebody else can teach in DC, and somebody else teaching in Atlanta, and it's just international. And everything is on Zoom, but I do want to do way more in-person activities. Like, y'all, this is gonna be big, and I'm super, super excited about what this is about to bring. And I just started it last year. Like I said, I've been coaching and mentoring for way more than a year, but Mompreneurs Take Charge is not even a year yet. So, and I've already coached so many students through this program that it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. And how did I get on social media? You gotta put it out there so people can know how and where to find you. So yeah, I'm super excited about it, guys. That is me in a nutshell of why I chose real estate as a professional, why I created Mompreneurs Take Charge, and a little bit about myself, and why I do what I do. So I'm super excited to get to know you guys, and you guys to get to know me further. I'm gonna take a deeper dive in other videos. I just didn't want to make this one over an hour. We're gonna take a deeper dive in my life and how I came here, and how we probably connect in so many ways. And yeah, it's gonna be fun, y'all. I'm trying to keep this up with YouTube, because I'm gonna be like talking in the camera. Y'all ready? It's gonna be a party. Y'all ready to party with me? All right, so this video is under 50 minutes. So I'm gonna keep it right here. Y'all, if you're not following me, again, subscribe button below, click the bell button, keep up with me, and I'm gonna take you guys on a journey and about mompreneurs, real estate, my personal life. And like I said, real estate, it does not stop here. I'm gonna be doing a lot more. So I'm gonna be taking you guys on my journey while teaching you along the way. So I'm gonna go back and teach you what I've already know, what I've already figured out, and then take you on a journey as I'm learning more stuff. So yeah, I'm super, super excited, guys. This video was just informational about me, no moving or any of that, still. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comment below, and I want to chat with y'all. So talk to y'all later.